Welcome to Palm Paradise, powered by Boca Magazine. I'm Portia Smith-Dejean.
I'm Olivia Holaus.
And I'm Christiana Lilly, and we are the
Palm Queens.
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Summer.
I know you guys missed us since we went down to one episode a month just for the summer, though.
I know.
Don't
they didn't
worry,
know what
everybody.
to do with themselves.
I know. But that also means the July-August issue is out.
Yay.
Woohoo!
The Best of Boca issue, right?
Yes, that is our annual Best of Boca issue. And I was looking back, because, I've been doing so much like throwbacks with everything, with the, 45th anniversary issue, the centennial issue. The first time we did the Best of Boca issue was in 1992.
Wow.
And it was hilarious.
How so? Like what?
So it was only like 2 or 3 pages long. This year, 14.
Wow.
And we had people vote on things back then. And now we don't do that anymore because then it just becomes like a popularity contest.
How would they vote?
Like write in, I think.
Wow.
I, that's a good question. I should ask Marie that. But it was things like your favorite news station, your favorite dry cleaner, and then there was also some like other like just funny things, and it came out right after the whole Meisner Park development happened, which at the time was super controversial, which now we're like, Meisner Park?
Yeah.
What? You know?
It's a landmark.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, that was really funny to look at. And then obviously putting together the Best of Boca. We have a secret panel that comes together and we ask people, about food and drink and the arts, city happenings, which there's a lot of development going on right now. So we're having a lot of those same conversations we had back when Meisner Park was happening.
What's your favorite kind of category or question that's in the new one? If you had to pick.
I mean, the
know,
food
it's 14
section.
pages.
I know, but our food section is just massive because everybody is such a foodie. And so we had, new restaurants that came in, which was like this giant thing. And same when we do with Del Rey magazine, it's just massive. And restaurant openings, restaurant closings. Something that was really fun was I talked about some viral foodie moments in Boca. So I think we went viral twice. One was, I guess there's like the Hailey Bieber smoothie. And one of the places...
Erewhon?
Yeah, Erewhon.
I don't know anything about that. I do live under the rock sometimes. What is the Hailey Bieber smoothie?
She has like her own restaurant. It's not a restaurant.
So Erewhon, I guess in LA, I've never been, is like a health food market, but it's super expensive in LA.
And it's like $20-something smoothies, like $27.
And she's the owner, like she started
I don't
it?
know.
Or
I think that's just her smoothie. And then I guess you go on
Yeah.
TikTok and everybody wants the smoothie.
Yeah.
And so there was a dupe here in Boca and that went viral. And then at Vinny's, their chicken Caesar salad wrap went viral. So everybody there was like a line out the door. And I'm like, a chicken Caesar salad
Vinny's
wrap?
the salad place?
Yeah, they
That
chop
chops
chop it in there. Portia
that's
knows all the
fine.
viral moments.
I don't know. Well, we all know about my distaste for TikTok, but yes. Wow.
How about that?
Yeah.
And the sign went viral.
The sign.
that
well,
did
for
go
us
viral.
personally, the sign went viral. The new sign at Sanborn Square, which was really popular, which, we talked about this before already, but, I went to the ribbon cutting, the little reveal, and I was like, all right, I'll just put it on, Instagram, whatever. And then it's like 12 hours later, and just the numbers were racking up. I think we're at over 250,000 views on that video.
Wow.
Amazing.
Like no boosting, no collabs.
Yeah.
It just...
That's awesome.
It just took off. Well, we went viral with Alvin Valley.
We did.
When we
go
talked
viral.
about denim
Our
and
best
what
of
was
Boca
in and
moments.
out.
Yes. That
Yeah.
was good times.
I know.
I know.
Look how many episodes.
And
we've
look at you
done.
with your skinny jeans, which he said was out.
I know. Don't.
I was
come
wearing
for
skinny
me.
jeans that
Don't
day
come
too.
for
Anyway,
me.
it's okay.
Oh man.
But they're not ripped, so you're
They're
good.
not ripped.
Ripped. Well, he was wearing ripped jeans that day
was.
too. Yeah, he was
He
like, they're
was.
in.
It was. Well, they're not jeggings. Just to make that clear, they're not jeggings.
It's bona fide denim.
Yeah. Listen, you're wearing the denim. They're not wearing you. So you know
Thank
what?
you.
You make your
I'm
own
trying.
rules.
I'm
yeah.
trying.
But yeah,
Exactly.
so that's awesome. So this is really your first Best of Boca issue as editor.
Last
Yeah.
year
Oh,
was my
last
first
year.
one.
Wait,
Oh,
last
yeah,
year.
yeah.
I know.
That's right, that's
I
right.
forget Christiana's been there for a year already.
Yeah.
Yes,
Or
a year. Yeah, but I feel like this was my first full blown where, I really had a better idea of what was going on in Boca between, our City Watch blogs and the food and arts and entertainment, where I was able to act, because we were reviewing a year that I wasn't there, and I wasn't as embedded into Boca. And this year, I went to the, Festival of the Arts, and I went to the Celebration of the Arts at Lynn University, which was so impressive. It's all the, drama students, and they did scenes from Wicked, from Grease, from Rock of Ages.
They're so
Mary
talented.
Poppins. I know. I was like, what? And I was there with some other people that had never seen it before. And we were just and plus, we had a glass of wine, and we're like, these kids are awesome.
No, but without the glass of wine, they are truly very talented.
It just added to it.
Yeah,
I've been
the experience a little bit.
and then always does. No, I've been to that show before, and I felt like I was watching Broadway.
It is.
That's awesome.
And there's definitely also you'll see a number of I want to say kids, but they're not kids. But oh my God, should we?
Your phone. Christiana forgot to turn off her phone.
Sorry, guys. Okay,
You're that person in the theater where it's it starts ringing and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That never stops amazing me, because I think it's crazy that you forget to turn it off.
Yeah, but at Celebration of the Arts, my phone was on silent.
Oh, right. Wine in hand, phone on silent.
Exactly. I was a proper guest.
She was in the moment.
Exactly.
Love it.
But speaking of the arts, in this issue of The Best of Boca, we also had an interview with Anna Heller. She is the new executive director, and she's actually joining us today to talk about her new role at the Boca Museum of Art. So stay tuned. One of the new faces in town is Anna Heller. She is the director and CEO of the Boca Raton Museum of Art. So welcome to Boca, Anna, and thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me here. This is so much fun.
And so John Thomason, our managing editor and arts editor, had a great interview with you, which is going to be in the July-August issue. So first, you have a very interesting backstory. You're originally from Romania, correct?
I am. I've kind of lived all over the place, and I've had a lot of different experiences. So yes, I grew up in Romania. I went to college there. I came to the United States and went to graduate school in New York. So I was in New York for 25 years. So that's still my home. Then I moved to Florida. My family and I moved to Central Florida first. I was at Rollins College for 12 years, and then came here. So it's been different experiences in different places. The common thread is I've always been interested in learning and teaching through art. So that's, I taught at the university level. I worked in large public museums, and then I led 3 museums. This is my 3rd directorship. One was a public art museum in New York that I was actually the founding director of. Then I was in a college art museum at Rollins, and now I'm here back in a public art museum in Boca.
And Boca Museum of Art just celebrated 75 years on our centennial year, too. So it's been a big year for you to come in here.
Very big year. And hey, I'm very, very proud to say that I'm the first female director and CEO of the museum. And this, took us 75 years, but hey, better late than never. And it's really, I'm glad you mentioned that, because the connection between the history of the city and the history of the museum is really important. And it's one that I hope that we can lean into as we craft the vision for the next 25 years and then next 100 years of our museum's history.
And something that I thought was really striking that you said in the interview was about this sort of changing perception of museums. It used to be that, these items were on a pedestal, and it was a very much an upper echelon could appreciate the arts.
Yeah.
And now there's this push to make arts more accessible. Can you talk about that and sort of that shift in experiencing the art?
Oh, absolutely. That's one of my favorite subjects.
Okay, perfect.
And one of my 2 big priorities here are engagement and accessibility. And it is, museums have started or did start back in the day as elite institutions. And to this day, there's a certain intimidation factor. There's so many people out there who feel like, oh, museums are not for me because I didn't grow up with this, or whatever, I don't speak art, or, I have to have a certain behavior. And I think that if we don't break those barriers and become the places where everybody can have a meaningful engagement experience, we're not going to be relevant in another 20 years. So
absolutely,
it's really a moment of shift in the history of museums where all of us, and when I say us as museum professionals, understand that necessity. And now we're just trying to figure out what the best ways to do that are.
And so you came from an art setting in a college and now you're in a public art. What's sort of the differences in how you approach art and, select exhibitions and what to show?
So I was in a public museum before I went to the College Art Museum, and now I'm in a public museum again. And I think the last 12 years at Rollins have really informed the way that I think of education and engagement in museums. And I think they are going to serve me really well here. And the main reason for that is that at Rollins, we were charged with engaging the entire student body, whether or not they cared about art. And I have a firm belief that that translates to our general population. I think that people can benefit from and enjoy a visit to the museum, even if they don't have interest in art. And the reason I say that is because art can open so many doors. And if we know how to position it and to say, you know what, you may not care about art so much, but you care about the environment, or you care about, the society today and what makes South Florida a very special community, or you care about things that are on your mind. We're all stressed. The news cycle is incessant. I just want a place for relaxation. I want a place to escape that news cycle and the reality. And I want to engage with something that's beautiful, that's joyful, that's thoughtful, or all of the above. And I think that's been for a while now my approach to museum engagement. And the other very important aspect of it is participation. People don't want to just look at things and be told they're beautiful or important. People want to craft their own story. They want to recognize their story in what's shown. They want to engage. They want to dialogue. And that's what we're going to bring to the Boca Museum.
And you talked about not speaking art. I know I went to see Glastress, which is on exhibit right now, and I've seen other exhibits. And sometimes I'm like, I don't like this piece, or I don't get this piece. I must not be smart enough, or it must not. What's your response to that?
Not true at all. Not true at all. The beauty of art is that every one of us has a different reaction to it. And I don't like this is a perfectly fine reaction.
Okay.
I don't understand this is a perfectly fine reaction. As long as the artwork invites you to think, there's no right and wrong. That's the beauty of it. Yes, there's a story that the artist wanted to tell. Sometimes we know what that story is. Sometimes we just interpret it, ourselves as art historians. But then there's a story that you as the viewer tell. I have a really good friend who's an artist in New York City, and he told me something that I will never forget. He said, if somebody looks at my paintings and sees something that I never intended to draw, paint, or depict, or I never looked at, those are my favorite moments, because it means that the artwork opened a different dialogue, a different story. And so that's my answer to you. If you want to hear the point of view of the curator or of the artist, we have lectures, we have tours, we have all of that, but it's your own appreciation of it, which is equally as valuable.
Is I do find that I'll be drawn to like photography. And then it's also cool because right now you have an exhibit that showcases like 150 years of art in that collection. And I didn't realize, I was like, I really like this era, this 50s era that I didn't even know that this was going on, or like the 1890s and like really early photography, and just how innovative that must have been at that time.
I am so glad you're saying that, because photography, prints, and drawings are a very important part of our collection, and they cover the entire 20th century and then into contemporary art. And going forward, we want to do a lot more with our collection. We want to pair exhibitions with works from the collection. We want to build the brand of this museum as a museum that deals with a particular type of art and elevates it and creates modes of engagement with it. It's those avenues of curiosity. Like you said, I didn't know I cared about this.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we'd love to hear that, and then imagine ways that we can show you more about 1890s photography or, 1950s drawing.
And people might not even realize there was photography at that time.
It was at the very beginning.
It's so fascinating to me. So how can people support the Museum of Art? Obviously, it's a nonprofit institution. It's a cultural institution. We wrote earlier this year about a lot of funding cuts. What are ways that people can support their local cultural institutions?
Well, thank you for asking that. First and foremost for me is come to the museum.
Yes.
Utilize us as your community resource, because we are the only art museum here. And we want to be that community hub where you come for all those reasons that we discussed before. Come to the museum, come back, bring your friends, tell us what you think. Feedback is extremely important. We want to know what the needs of the community are and what you all would like to see more of or how you would like to see it. And then become members if you can. Our membership is an important way of supporting the museum, and it's the first step of a deeper involvement with the museum, our programs, what we do. And yes, that's really the way.
And something I think people underestimate about art museums is you guys have the best gift shops.
That is so very true. I am a walking advertisement.
I was admiring your necklace, so I can get that at the Museum of Art.
You can get this at the museum.
Okay.
Our store manager is just brilliant at merchandising, and yes, it is. I always buy all my Christmas presents at the museum I work at.
I bought a birthday gift for my coworker. He loves Keith Haring, and there was a Keith Haring flip book in there, and I was like, perfect, easy, ready to go. And he loved it. And you can't get that at Target or anywhere else, you know?
No, so, not even close.
Not even close. All right. Well, thank you so much, Anna. Welcome to Boca Raton. We look forward to seeing what you do at the museum.
Thank you so much. I hope I get to talk to you again. And I want to say to the entire community,
yes,
thank you for such a warm welcome. I feel very much at home already.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm really excited to see what Anna is going to bring to the table. I just reading the interview that she did with John Thomason, our managing editor and arts entertainment editor. It was just really excited, and I think they made a really good choice. And she just seems really fun.
Yeah,
that's
I can't
good.
wait to see.
Yeah. We like some fun. I think sometimes we take ourselves too seriously, and so I think it's great, especially an arts and cultural organization. It's good to add. It's good to be light.
Yeah. And so the art museum is a great way because it's air conditioned for the summer.
That's true. And indoors.
Yeah, exactly. So what are some other things that you guys do for, when it's too hot to be outside?
I mean, I would say shopping. We're kind of joking about, but
Town center is a great way to spend your time.
Shopping is always a good idea. For me, it's the hockey rink, right? I'm always at the ice rink with my son, so I guess that's.
So I feel dumb because I've only
off.
been to one hockey game, and I saw the Panthers, and it's not super cold there, is it? It's
kind of cold. It's cold. Yeah.
I will say Boca Ice, in my opinion, is like the coldest rinks that we go to.
Okay.
It's freezing.
Yeah, it's cold.
I keep a coat in the trunk of my car because I never know I'm going to end up there, and it's a real coat, for the winter, a puffy jacket, my Canada Goose.
Yeah, it's cold.
No, it's
and what
cold.
were they saying that you're the best dressed? We need to have an offshoot podcast or hockey moms of Boca.
Yes. Real hockey moms.
Not my
The real hockey moms of Boca. That sounds like an SNL skit.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my gosh.
The Stanley Cup full of wine.
Yeah. We definitely.
Is it the Stanley Cup or the Stanley Cup?
Actually, funny story about the Stanley, right? Not funny, but my son Guillaume really wanted me to have a Stanley Cup. It's been going on for a year, and I just could not bring myself to spend all this money on a water bottle.
Yeah,
when
true.
you've got all the copycats, right? For half the
and there's
price.
always another water bottle that's remember when Swell water bottles were big?
that too.
And it spills. You just turn it over and it spills. But continue.
No, but anyway, so I just couldn't, and so for Mother's Day, he actually gifted me a Stanley bottle. And he was so proud. So now I have a Stanley bottle.
Oh, right. Now you got a Stanley Cup.
Have you gotten accessories for the Stanley Cup? Have you seen
I'm
they
not
have
there.
accessories?
Not there yet.
I'm not there yet. I mean,
have,
right now it's white and clean and sleek.
They have little backpacks and lipstick holders and
Yep.
chapstick holders and
they
charms.
got a snack tray, and you put it right over it and put your little.
I don't even need my purse anymore. Like my cup will hold
No, for
everything.
real, though.
No,
They
they have like a whole purse for the cup.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Like
a
your
carrier.
All
It's
right.
a
Well,
quick
now you
carrier.
know what to get me for Christmas.
And the Stanley mug becomes its own sentient being with
Okay.
Yeah, and then like the straw tops, it's a whole it's a
a
whole
whole thing.
universe. It's a whole
I
thing.
know. Guillaume's gonna keep you fresh, don't worry
Yeah.
about it. He's got you.
He will. He's gonna keep me, as he say, sty.
Oh, is that the new word?
You're so sty. Yeah.
I can't.
I'm writing that down.
It sounds cringe
It's like
right now,
Riz.
but
It's
it's
like Riz.
Well, I just think of an eye sty.
Oh yeah.
no. Oh yeah.
I can
no.
see how you think that.
Yeah.
though.
I've ruined it for Gen Alpha. Thank you.
You did,
I'm
yeah. Or
officially-
tough will be like, oh, that's tough, but
Okay,
that
I've
actually
heard
means
tough.
like that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that I
but
know.
it's
I
tough.
knew
Yeah, yeah,
tough. I knew
No,
tough.
sty instead of stylish. It's
Sty.
a sty.
I'm gonna make my kids cringe today.
know.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, call up your kids and be like, so what's happening? What's sty?
What's sty? Oh man, those sneakers
But anyway,
look so
not
sty.
to change the topic. What do you do to cool off during the summer?
I mean, I hang out at home probably when it's just too hot, and
Yeah.
then my plants are, crying out for help.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some struggle bus plants for my plant mom self. Shopping's always fun. Going out to eat, is fun. I've been doing more like, just little activities, like trying new things. Like they have like a tufting thing in Fort Lauderdale, or like candle making in Del Rey at Candleland.
Oh, yeah,
so there's all that
that's-
kind of stuff that's
That
really
looks
fun.
cute. Yeah. And actually, just FYI, my friend Amanda Perna, who we've had as a guest,
Yeah.
she's got a really cool camp going on this summer, and
Yeah.
it's for adults.
Oh.
And so she's got all these fun activities
I
planned.
saw that on social media.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
So that would be
How
something.
Sty.
How
It is-
sty? That
Special-
is so sty.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, I think it would be fun. And
Yeah.
you get to do that
Cool.
indoors too. So special shout out to our girl Amanda. But yeah.
Excellent.
For me, I'm honestly just staying indoors is obviously the goal. Sometimes we'll do like the Tuesday Cinemark thing for the movies. 'cause
Oh, yeah.
It's like whatever, discounted price. Shopping for sure, eating for sure. And then sometimes more so kid related, I might try to find like different museums. Museums always have real cool activations in the summer.
Yeah.
And then
Well, you're
I'll
always
go
going to
all the way
really-
down to Miami too. So we'll kind of like trek it.
Well, speaking of going to Miami, you're always going to cool like pop-ups and everything at Aventura Mall, and I'm like, how come she didn't tell me
I
about
know, I'm
this?
sorry. You know what? It's because my kid will be like, hey, Mom, can we do this? And I'm like, that's so sty. I'm in. So next time, I got you. I'm going to add you to the group chat.
Awesome. All right, but you know what else is sty? Subscribing to Palm
Yes.
Paradise. Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube. I know, I tried.
We're so cringe. So cringe,
cringe.
but so good too.
Yeah, I know.
Guillaume is going to be like, never say sty again.
I know.
Sty is done.
But everybody needs to subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
we
follow us on social, all that good stuff.
Exactly. We're on Instagram and TikTok and also on YouTube. And then obviously Boca Magazine is
Yes.
on Instagram and Facebook. And we have newsletters all throughout the week that you can sign up for. So that's it for today, everybody. Bye.
Bye.